Hi, this is Stacy from the blog site whattheeverlovinghell.com. If you're here on Instagram or Facebook, you probably know that by now, so I'm going to stop saying it and boring you. But I do want to say something today that is going to sound downright appalling to some people. If you find it appalling, stay through. There's something here for you, a good thing. For those of you who aren't appalled by what I'm going to say, you feel me. Okay, are you ready? My mother did not, nor does she now, love me. I know for some people that's like sacrilege. Your mother didn't love you? That's ridiculous. All mothers love their babies. No, not so much. Let me explain. Okay. I am going to explain how my mother treated me. And then I want you to take those behaviors and hold them up against any meaningful definition of love that you can come up with. Okay? So get a little concept in your mind of how you think of love, how it feels and how it behaves and how it acts. And I'm going to tell you how my mother behaved. My mother never, not do I have even one recollection of her saying she loved me. Okay, like that's not horrible. They're just words. Okay. 2, she would go out of her way to dismantle any happiness I was experiencing. Maybe that was a thing, a toy, a dress, a doll, a person, a place. If she saw that I was happy, she would take the thing from me or do something to ruin the experience. 3, she punished me for my feelings. My coping mechanism to deal with an abusive mom was to be a good little girl, like the best little girl, so well behaved you couldn't find fault. Well, so she couldn't punish me for my behavior, but she had to punish me. So she punished me for my feelings. Perfectly legitimate little girl feelings of whatever little girls, little kids feel. She would punish me for them, from everything from just a look that let me know that she disapproved, to downright violence, just smacking me across the face for having a feeling, not for behaving badly or being disrespectful or even saying anything, just for a feeling that she thought I might have. And 4th, she was jealous, threatened, and envious of me from the time I was a little girl. I'm talking 4 or 5 years old. And then when I became a teenager and I started to look more like a woman, that was a real threat. But it hardly mattered. She was threatened by my very presence from the moment I came into this world. Now you take those behaviors. On what planet do those behaviors qualify as a meaningful definition of love? They don't. One little caveat. When I was a child, I always had food, clothing, and shelter. I appreciate that so much. And I also have great compassion for my mother because she was abused when she was a child. She suffers a lot. She's in a lot of pain, and I feel for that. That being said, my childhood was still what my childhood was, and I still firmly take the stand that by any real meaningful definition of love, the way I was treated as a child was not love. First off, to those of you who are appalled, good. I'm glad you're appalled, because that probably means you are relatively well loved as a child. I hear it happens. That's good. You have a better groundwork and resilience for going forward in life if you feel that you had a certain sense of safety and love as a child. But for those of you who didn't, maybe it would behoove all of us to stop calling bad behavior love. Find that meaningful definition of love and stop calling things that aren't love, love. We have taken that word and we have diluted it, even divorced it from its real meaning to the point where it's dangerous. Let me explain why it's dangerous. As a little girl, of course, I'm being told my mother loves me, so I equated her behaviors with love. So guess what I looked for in a partner and in a mate when I grew up? Those behaviors. Because in my little girl traumatized mind, that's love. Well, that's not love. I want to make a call. Stop calling things love that aren't love. Find a meaningful definition of love. Stick to it. Let's give that word the meat and the meaning that it's meant to have. Let's find what real love is. Stop calling bullshit love. Thanks for listening, guys. Please tell me in the comments below, what do you think love is? What do you believe it is? What did you believe it was when you were a child versus what you now know it to be? Tell me all.